Yeah, what are feelings? That's funny. All right, so like we talked about before, we go over the types of chemical reactions. The first one is, let's go with synthesis reaction. So if we have an A plus B, oh, I'm not presenting to you guys. Let me present. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Sorry.
can't see the whiteboard.
A window here, here. So can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes? All right, good. So let me erase that because that looks horrible. Why did that come up? All right. If we have A plus B gives us AB. So it's synthesizing, it's taking two individuals and making one. And an example of this, if we had potassium plus chlorine to give us potassium chloride. Wow, my handwriting today is not good. So we'd have to balance this out. So we need two KCl's and we need two potassiums because Cl2 is one of our diatomics. So it's synthesizing. It's taking two individual and making one. Now, does it always mean it's going to be 2 to 1? No, it could be 3 to 1. It could be 8 to 2. It's just taking and building up a larger molecule. So it's synthesizing, making something. The next one is decomposition, which is exactly the opposite. It's taking things and breaking them down. And just as an example, it would be potassium. If we had our potassium chloride and it broke down into potassium and chlorine. It took one molecule and made more of them, made 2 of them. It can take one molecule and make 10 of them. It could take 2 molecules and make 8 of them. It's just breaking them down to more molecules, to more, taking one larger or larger into making into more of them. And one of the ways you could always add it up, you could say 1 to 2. It's decomposing. It's not always correct because it could be different type of reaction too, but just to give you an idea of decomposition. And then we have single replacement, and like I talked about in the video, we had what? We had AgNO3 when we created NO3 plus copper. Plus Cu gave us Ag solid precipitated out and CuNO3, correct? It was probably 2 here though. So a single replacement means just one thing is being replaced, and that is silver is being replaced with copper. So we have silver precipitating out, which just means turn to a solid. And then we have copper replacing the silver, which is CuNO3. Single replacement meaning one is replacing another. And then we have a double replacement. So our single replacement, again, if we did it like this, if we did it A, B plus C gives us A, C plus B as just a way of doing it. And this just means, okay, A is over here, not as tightly bonded to B. A wants a better deal, so A gets C and kicks B out. So A and C are now together and B is gone. So it's a single replacement reaction. Then what we had is we had a double replacement reaction. We had AB plus CD would give us AD plus CB. This one is you got this couple over here and this couple over here, and A is like, well, I want to get with D, and C is like, I want to get with B, and they both swap, and they say, see you later. So but remember, the first one is a cation, so A can't go with the cation C. They're both cations. A can't go with C, so A would have to go with D. So if you look here, it's just double replacement it's very descriptive. It's both of them are being replaced. Both of them, A, D, and C, B is being replaced. The one that's really not descriptive is the combustion reaction. Combustion reaction takes a hydrocarbon, let's say like methane is a very the most simplistic hydrocarbon, in the presence of oxygen, will give us carbon dioxide and H2O. This is what you have to do on here. You have to look for carbon dioxide and water as a product, and then you look on the left-hand side. Is there a hydrocarbon and also oxygen? What's up, Alden?
I think wrote my own formula for this, and I was for combustion reactions, and I was wondering if you think this is kind of accurate.
Can you say that again? You broke up a little bit, bud.
I wrote my own formula for combustion reaction, and I want to know if you think it's kind of accurate. The actual.
Okay, you can either show it on your screen or describe it to me. Either way, you can.
It is the equation is yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you can show it to me there.
AB plus 2x gives us AX plus BX.
For a combustion reaction, I would not use that for a combustion reaction. Because what you need to do is you need to always look for combustion, you need to look for carbon dioxide and water being produced. So using letters on that one, I don't like it just because, yes, that's correct, but you'll have to translate it to know what the products are and that there are, go ahead.
Okay, so just always in a combustion reaction, CO2 and H2O is always.
Yes, and then you look on the.
So
Go ahead.
So would a better equation then be like AB plus CD gives us CO2 plus H2O?
Well, if you do it like this, so what you said, let me write it down so everybody can see it. So it's AB plus. Oh my gosh, my handwriting. It's not usually this bad on the board, is it? AB.
It's been too long.
Sometimes.
It's been too long. It's sometimes. All right. So Alden, it was AB plus what?
My equation was AB CO2 plus H2O.
CD gives you CO2 plus H2O. The problem with this here, you're not showing the same things on the right and the left, and also it would be more like AB4 plus like C2 gives us this, and I think it's more confusing. This is one that I believe you should be able to just recognize that there is carbon dioxide and water being produced, and then on the left-hand side, you look to see that it's a hydrocarbon and oxygen. So hydrocarbon, just very descriptive. It means hydrogen and carbon, made of hydrogen and carbon. Now, like I showed you on the other one, go ahead. Did you have a question? Like I showed you on the other one, if we had C6 H12.
I just have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Were we supposed to look at anything before this Google Meet?
Yes, I
Like
posted.
the assignments that you posted?
I posted videos, and I also posted videos explaining it.
Well then.
Magnus!
Didn't do that. Sorry.
So we have an O2 gives us CO2 and H2O and ATP, right? Does anybody recognize this formula? This chemical reaction?
Kind of.
I remember looking at it, not what it meant.
Nobody knows what it means?
When at school,
Mm-hmm.
up on the board.
I put it on the board in chemistry, but also you learned about it last year in biology.
I don't remember anything biology.
You guys remember something called
Photosynthesis.
photosynthesis? This is the opposite of photosynthesis. It is cellular respiration. Here, great job. Cellular respiration. It's C6H12O6 is carbohydrate in the presence of oxygen. We got to breathe in. We have to breathe in oxygen, and we produce carbon dioxide and water, right? And we produce energy, ATP. So this right here, Alden, what is it producing? It's producing what?
Water and CO2 and is that?
ATP, which is just energy.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
so
screen
it's
moved.
So it's producing energy for itself.
Yep. So, do you think this is a combustion reaction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because CO2 and H2O.
Exactly. CO2 and H2O is being produced. Also energy, but also this right here is not just, this is a hydrocarbon. There is oxygen here, but it's a hydrocarbon and the presence of oxygen. I just wanted to show you it was not just simply carbon and hydrogen. It could be like a carbohydrate is being combusted. We are combusting right now and taking in oxygen and producing carbon dioxide and water. So just to give you a little bit more of an idea. All right?
Thank you for, yeah.
Great question. That's exactly what.
Just regardless, the combustion reaction is still just whenever CO2 and H2O is produced.
Yep. Then we had single replacement, double replacement, synthesis, decomposition, and we also had, what was that called? Oh my gosh, that was combustion reaction. Is that good? You guys good with that?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the next question here?
I don't know. Don't put me on the spot.
Well, if you guys have any other questions, we can go over whatever you need to, whatever you want. I did post videos, but it's not the same as interaction and asking questions and getting instant feedback. Even though you can refer to that, and you'll be able to refer to this one too. So, what do you guys think? What else did you have to do for this week?
I haven't even looked at any of it, so.
All right, so this is a general theme, and it's not anything bad because it's exactly what I would do. So what I'll do next week, we'll just still do Wednesday, but I'll have a lesson prepared where I'll explain. I'll still post everything on Monday, and I'll have a lesson prepared for Wednesday where I'll teach you just like this. I'll say, okay, well, I'll do the video again anyway, and you'll have both videos. I just figured if I posted the video, you could watch the video, and then this could be more questions, and I record the questions and answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, you guys are slackers.
I'm gonna try and get everything else done, so.
Got stuff to do.
You're not going anywhere. What do you have to do?
I have to do other work.
I gotta work all day, okay?
Yeah.
I work Thursday and Friday.
I work every day, every week.
Right, that's a lot.
I have a lot of work to do.
Oh, maybe I got new golf clubs.
What'd you get?
AP3s.
AP3s? That's what I want to get.
Yeah.
The new AP3s are supposed to be more like the AP2s, but as forgiving as the AP1s.
Yeah.
Those are pretty
I just got
awesome.
them yesterday.
It's the only good thing I've been able to do is go golfing on weekends.
I haven't. I want
I
to.
basically stay in bed. Or
I'm not even allowed to leave the house.
You're not?
Yeah, I just leave the house to go to work.
I only go to go golfing and we walk.
Pretty fun life.
I saw Kylie at Dairy Queen.
You went to
Yes,
Dairy
you
Queen?
did.
You went to...
Yes, Dairy Queen's open. I work there every day, Mr.
Oh, well,
Lee.
if you
can
work
see me-
there, that's fine, but...
You can see me tonight. I'll be there.
If you work there, that's fine, but, I mean, you shouldn't be going and congregating where other people are, guys.
Well, yeah.
I just go
I've
to work.
really gone to the store about 3 times since the stuff started, so.
Good catch, Donnelly, and yes, that's all I've been doing is going to the store.
Well, pretty much because my boyfriend's grandma won't let me out of the house,
Well,
so
that's good.
I'm stuck.
Well, that's good. So, one of the other videos, what I'll do is I'll show you what it was about. Give me 1 second, and I will post that. I'll show you that. So, what we'll have is we'll have a metal reactivity series or metal activity series where you'll have like silver or gold down on the bottom, and you will find like sodium up at the top. Now let me ask you a question. In nature, do we find blocks of sodium sitting around?
No.
No, we don't. If we throw sodium in water, what happens to it?
It reacts.
Doesn't it go boom?
It'll catch fire.
It catches
It
fire
goes boom.
and it goes boom. So it's very reactive. So we don't find sodium just in nature. We find it as bonded to like sodium chloride. Do we find silver or gold in nature?
Yeah.
Yeah, we find silver and gold solid in nature.
Digging.
It is rare, but we still find it in solid form. So which do you think is more reactive? Silver and gold or sodium?
Obviously, sodium.
Sodium is more reactive, exactly. So, like the other, I know I keep going back to it, but when we did our AgNO3 and we added it with copper, and it gave us silver by itself and copper nitrate, right? Now, if copper is replacing silver here, do you think copper is more or less reactive than silver?
Can you repeat the question?
Copper is replacing silver. If we look on the product side, silver is being expelled. It's being precipitated out. It's turning into solid. And copper is bonding with NO3. So do you feel copper is more or less reactive than silver? It's okay if you get it wrong.
Reactive?
You think it's less or more?
Less.
Less. So you think copper is less reactive?
I feel like it's more.
Why?
I
feel like it just.
because of the list of reactive metals, copper is more. Oh wait, hang on. So which element are we?
Between copper and silver.
Copper is less reactive than silver.
The most reactive on that chart, Alden, is at the top. So sodium and potassium and all that's at the top, and silver and gold is at the bottom. Is that what the list you have there shows?
Hang on.
It's okay if you don't have the list, but think about it. If copper is less reactive, would it bond with nitrate? Would it kick silver out if silver was more reactive? It wouldn't. It wouldn't, guys. If copper was less reactive, it wouldn't expel, it would not bond to NO3. And that's what you look at the chart. Copper is more reactive than silver, so copper reacts and forms a bond with nitrate. So copper on your list, and it will be in the next week's lesson, is higher than silver and gold.
What chart are you talking about?
I haven't posted it yet, and it's a metal reactivity chart. I will post it. We will go over that for next week. So this is just giving you a preview of what you're going to be going over next week. This is not bad. This is pretty easy once you learn it and watch the lesson and everything. And basically all it's saying is I have silver nitrate over here. I have copper. If it didn't react, it would still be silver nitrate and copper. But this reacts. This copper reacts with the NO3 and we get copper nitrate, CuNO3, and silver is expelled, meaning the copper has more of affinity to bond with the NO3 than the silver. So copper is higher on the list, hence more reactive. And that's all that is. So that's just a preview of next week. I'll be posting those videos and those lessons on Google Classroom on Monday for you. And we'll go from there. But if you could watch the lessons beforehand and then we use these to ask questions, it would be a lot better.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. Forgot to this time.
It's fine. I don't blame you. It just makes. That's why I try to post them on Monday, so you have time to look at them to get questions, and then make it due on Sunday. I mean, I'm the same way. I'd put it off the last minute, but it just makes this a lot better if you guys have questions and I can explain it. All right. Do you guys have any other questions?
Let's see here.
And also, just to let you know, in the stream, what was happening was when you responded to the attendance and it said here, what was happening is I was getting 70 emails a day from you guys, and it was hard for me to sift through to find what was a question or not. So what I did was I turned off email notifications from the stream. So if you want to if you have a question, email me at my No-Stow Schools at the O''Leary.w, or not W, O''Leary, W nostowschools.org. And what it'll do is it'll give me an email, right, and I have it right on my phone, so I'll be able to check it right away and get back to you really quickly. Instead, if you guys had questions, a lot of times it would be in the middle of 70 emails of attendance, and I couldn't see it, and I missed it. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to pause this. Okay. Why isn't that working? Oh, maybe there's a technical difficulty here.
What's the issue?
I'm not able to stop this program from running.
The whiteboard or the Google Meet?
So I'm going to stop presenting now. Give me a sec. All right, I think I'm going to have to click off of this. I'm going to click off of Google Meet for a second, and I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Well, if it lets me. It's not letting me. I can't Control-Alt-Delete it either. It's not letting me Control-Alt-Delete. Go away. It's only frozen up here for some reason. I don't know why.